I'll just do my job. I'm not worried about politics. I'm not worried about the terrorist news. There's no such thing. It's gonna affect you. Okay? It's gonna affect you. For good, for better, or for worse, it's gonna affect you. So everyone together, repeat after me. It's gonna affect me. 1, 2, 3.
It's gonna affect me.
One more time.
It's gonna affect me.
It will. So, ladies and gentlemen, I forgot about this one. Introduction. I'm supposed to have it running when I start talking. Okay, I can't do a good job as what Kelvin did just now. I got no flute. I wish I could play the flute. All right, I give talks at banks to bank customers. Okay. I am done. Okay, so all over Malaysia and sometimes a spot here and there overseas. I give talks on public events, shopping malls, online. Okay, I also sit down with the major local banks to train all the bankers. Now, surprisingly, a lot of bankers don't understand about economics. They're just given a target to sell. All banks, okay, you might want to write this down. All banks have only 2 major roles: lend you money or grow your money. Fixed deposits, grow your money. All right, credit cards, lend you money. Housing loan, lend you money. Credit cards, personal loans, all lend you money. So the money that they collect from you when you invest with them in the deposits are lent out on the other end. All right. So my specialty was on the growing money side. And after 23, 24 years, I've seen the good, I've seen the bad, I've seen how people make money on both sides. So this is my previous team. Okay, we write the regulations for the financial industry. Changing regulations are not easy. In your line of work, there's a lot of regulatory compliance rules, guidelines to follow as well. I totally understand. Changing just one line in the regulations can take me years.
Yes.
Years and years. So I do empathize. All right. Sometimes it's frustrating. Why is it like that? Okay, everyone, I know you guys are from 16 different countries. Try a Malaysian way of saying, why is it like that? 1, 2, 3.
Why is it like that?
Yes, louder.
Why is it like that?
Well, great. This is my, wait a minute. Okay. The font has moved. It's supposed to be black. Okay. Disclaimer for today. Some of you will feel uneasy during this presentation because all of us are from different backgrounds, different countries, different socio-economic sources, and not everyone is the same. Some countries are blessed with more resources, more skills, more talents than others. Okay, even if you look at all the countries around the world, 190 plus of us, everyone earns differently. Do not feel uncomfortable. Okay, you will feel uncomfortable, but just handle it. All right, it will affect your wallet and purse. I mentioned just now. It will affect your family. When you learn about a lot of things that you will the next 2+ hours, you will help improve your family standard of living if you understand how the world works. Then you might feel happy, sad, or curious, or safer, scared, and braver. If you know where to put your money, I won't say you anything. All right, that's not my job. But if you have the right knowledge of where to put your money, you'll feel a sense of security that your family is well provided for, that when you retire, at the end of your career, you'll be taken care of forever. All right, does this sound nice? Hello?
Yeah.
Sounds good, huh?
Yes.
Hey, 1, 2, 3. Good or not?
Good.
So let's start. Okay, what a time to invite me to come here to talk today. It's a big ding-dong back and forth. All right? Okay, a lot of countries are affected, a lot of countries are involved, some will benefit, some will be worse off, but some people will scare you with all the bad news to try to sell the newspapers or the articles to say, we are in a very bad time, things are going to get bad, and so forth, okay? But there are also some positive elements. Now, what are positive elements? You can look at history, but let's start. Now, there are 8.2 billion people in the world today. 8.2 billion people in the world with 195 countries. Now, what are the common economic goals that countries have? What do they want? They want economic growth, right? To increase the production of goods and services, such as your service, right? Now, your company is one such company that provides service or goods. Services. Every company listed anywhere on any stock market sells only two things, either a service or goods. McDonald's, goods. They sell you burgers. All right. Apple, goods. Okay. The phone. All right. American Airlines, services, get you from point A to point B. That's a service. Every company in the world sells either a product or service. You must understand that. So every country hopes to increase the amount put out. Full employment. Anyone that wants to work should be able to work. All right. But there are many countries that people want to work, can't find a job or the job that can feed their family. It is a sad thing, but some countries have achieved that. Some countries are doing better than others, but that's what everybody wants. Price stability. Oh, okay, this part I paused because I had a flash. I just had a flashback that some countries face incredible amounts of inflation. All right, some of you may have felt it recently with the war in Ukraine. Then suddenly your country, your imports suddenly shot up. Egypt? Anyone from Egypt here? Yes. Yes. The grain prices, the imports from Europe went up a lot. A lot. Equitable distribution of income. Well, a lot of countries want to do that. Some have screwed it up. Some have done it very, very well. For example, in Japan, there was a law, or there is a law, where the highest paid employee, the CEO, can only be capped at 50 times the salary of the lowest paid employee. Everyone say, 1, 2, 3. Right? So the wealth gap would not get too far. Whereas in, let's say, American companies, the cleaner and the CEO salary could be in the millions, when the cleaner could be earning 24,000 only a year. All right, that creates a huge gap. But some countries do have a cap on the lowest and the highest paid employee. If you're a shareholder, it's fine. If the company makes a lot of money as a shareholder, you should get your share. But there are some countries that do it pretty well. Next, economic efficiency. Products, raw material comes in, everything gets done, and out it goes to the next country, and then collect the profits. All right. Some countries are very efficient. Singapore, where are you? Singapore? Ah, great. Excellent model you guys got. And economic security. Speaking of Singapore, if all economic activities in Malaysia were to stop suddenly, Malaysia will go broke in 6 years. All right. For Singapore, it's 27 years before they go broke. If they stop all economic activities today. That's how safe they are. They have put so much money aside. Malaysia, unfortunately, we won't get past 10 years. And balance of trade. What comes in, what goes out. If you export more than you import, you're on the right track. Okay? And then you collect the difference, you put it aside for security. With that security, you can build a lot of things. You can have a stronger army, you can have better roads, okay? You can have a better school, education system, and so forth. Does it affect your kids? Yes. Everyone see? Yes, it does. All these are what countries hope for. Now, what do you as individuals want? There is a global economic wish list for countries. There's also your personal wish list. What do 35 of you here from 16 different countries want? Well, normally I could guess it's to earn a steady income. All right. Every day wake up, got money in your ATM machine, automatically bank in. Good. Ideally, okay? Saving for your future. All of us in this room will retire one day. True or not? Sure, could be tomorrow, could be next week, could be next year, or in the next decade. We will all retire. So putting money in the right places, putting it aside will help you, because nobody in your previous company or employment will take care of you when you're old, if you're fragile, if you can't walk, if you're sick. No company's obligation is to do that. The responsibility falls on you. All right? Now, managing your debts, everyone takes a loan to buy their first house or first car. Okay? So you like to manage your debt, you like to invest wisely, put some certain amount in the right stocks, mutual funds, okay, get some insurance, and of course, living within your means. It's important. Budgeting responsibility, achieving your financial independence, and improving your family quality of life. Okay, so in all the previous speakers in your forum, have they ever get you to get up to talk to each other, like ice breaking? Have they done that before? Today? Do they know? Previous days. So what was the ice breaking like? What did they get you to do? Okay, what game was that? Pardon? Hello. Help me out here, guys. What? Okay, what was the game about? Your icebreaker. Cheat and chat. So is that it? Oh, okay. Favorite food, hobby, favorite car. Okay, great. I have something like this. All right. Now, you guys all have this? No, in that case, I got to go to my trusty bag. Just give me a second. I will give you your own cards. Okay. Everybody, you guys have individual goals as well. All right. I do this for all my programs, especially for bankers. I'm going to give you, each of one of you, one of these each. Okay. Everyone just take one first. Pass it along. Now, get ready a pen. Understand? Great. Thank you. So I need to one person each. Great. Now, every country has their own economic goal. Every country has their own economic goal. Today, for the first time, maybe for many of you, you write down your own economic goal right here. Getting married and having 2 kids is not an economic goal. Okay? If you say, I want to marry a prince who's rich, that's not an economic goal. All right? Now, there's the front and the back. All right? Economic goal must be on one side. Okay? Your deepest desire is on this side. The reason I do this is because a lot of people who fail in life get these two mixed up. All right? Have you ever seen a couple who's married, found a guy of their dreams, 2 kids, but poor? God or not? God. They God or not? Everyone say God or not? God. Have you ever seen a single person that couldn't find a wife, but rich? Yes. Because these 2 sides are 2 different parts of a coin. Write down quietly, you don't have to shout, but later maybe you want to share with the room, your economic goal and your private goal. Your private goal may or may not be seen by the world, but today I want to ask everyone to say out their economic goal so that everyone will benefit from everyone's wish. All right? So, front part, your economic goal. buy houses by the beach, collecting rental. Wow, that's economic goal. 200 million in the bank, collecting interest. That's economic goal. All right, you have 1 minute. Seconds more. Some of you thinking it's all right. Some of you may not have the answer right now. Some of you may not have the answer right now. It's all right. But here's the amazing thing. When you write it, your goal, a lot of times you achieve it. When you achieve it, write a new one. I've wrote 3, achieve, throw away, pin on the wall, and move on to the next one. And it's amazing when you really put down only one item on each side. All right, it's your body will somehow, your career will somehow move towards it. Somehow it happens. If you have it in your wallet or your purse, it works. All right, some of you may fill up the back portion later today. Okay, but it is important for your economic goal to be ready just like that. So every career move, every time you see a job ad or something, or you see a project you like to do, it is some step towards your next economic goal. All right, Mr. Pong, what's on your economic goal? Rental when I retire. Okay, how much rental, how many houses? Much rental. Yeah. 20K. So be specific. Be specific. 30,000 rental every month. All right, 1,000 a day. That's your economic goal. How about you?
Yeah, I have not wrote anything like that. It was in my mind. So yeah, I just I have to improve my earnings and have to save more. One thing. Second thing, everybody has wrote some digits. I have not wrote any digit because it's no limit for me. I never think about the limits. Yeah.
Put a limit.
No, I don't. Yeah. Well, the third thing is that ensure the right forum for my investments to improve my economy.
Thank you so much. From Pakistan. Yes. Okay. Now, what's important is a figure. He has no limit. Fine, it's fine. But put a limit that you can achieve first before putting the card away and put the next higher limit. Okay? The moment you put no limit, your body doesn't know where to go. You understand what I'm saying? There's a 100-meter race, 500-meter race, then after that, half marathon, and then a marathon. If you say just run faster, it's hard for your body to act accordingly. Okay? Be specific, put it on your card. I have mine all the time. How about you?
Okay. Within 3 years, I established a small-scale construction firm which is specialized in materials purely for scale.
Okay, louder for everybody.
Within the next 3 years, I plan to establish a small-scale construction firm specialized in material supply and building scale.
Very specific. Was that specific? Yes, very specific. Time, what the company wants to be doing, what she imagined, everything. Right? Give a round of applause, everybody. Listening?
Earning a stable income that can support my living, that will not discount at least my current standard of living.
Specific.
I have an amount in mind, but
Okay.
I'm not going to share.
No, you don't have to share, but write it down for your own benefit. No one has to see it. Mr. Kelvin.
Economic goals is very simple, $200,000 in the bank.
Okay, that's your first goal. Good. 100,000. Okay, in the bank first.
Yeah.
Good.
That's all.
You write it down. Put 100,000. Okay, you will achieve it. Then put the card aside. Then put a higher amount for the next card. Okay, do that.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks. Okay, everyone. Thank you. How about you? Just one more. Two more.
Building 2 houses within 5 years and renting it for investment, earning specifically USD 25,000 per year.
Very specific. Specific or not? Yeah. Okay, give a round of applause.
Build our tours and want to establish my own business
Be more specific.
in maybe 1-2 years.
Okay, that's the business is dealing with. What business is that?
Like our houses are like this services duty.
Wonderful.
So my economical goal is just one is just to improve the living standard for my family, and well, my family it's just my parents. I have no one yet. So then the second one is just to improve my income. Well, there's a specific goal to up north of like 4 digits per month.
Okay, put a small figure first on your first card, achieve it, and then move on to the next one.
We're close to that.
Okay, great, wonderful. Thank you so much. Now, I don't have the time to cover everyone in the room, but what do you notice that's common for everybody here? Pardon? Houses is a common theme. Everyone from around the world wants houses, home, a place to stay, some places to rent out, collect income. You see that how common we are, how similar we are. Everyone wants a security, family, support the family, okay, improve your own standard of living. Everybody around the world wants almost the same thing. So moving on.
Looking for this.
Pardon?
Looking for this. They are looking for this.
Looking?
List.
To be wealthy, to be rich. Yes, everyone wants that. Now, let me see. Where is my, there it is. Thank you. So, the reason I asked you to be specific is because countries also are specific. We aim to have a GDP growth of 4% next year. That's the target we all aim for. Then after they say, what sort of projects should we have to help us push to the 4%? how many roads should we make? How much track should we lay? It is specific. Okay, some countries do that right down to the last cent. Those countries are doing way better than a lot of countries that are very weak. We hope to do better this year. Okay, when I read the economic news for those countries, I'm like, oh my God, here we go again. And then true enough, after 5 years, they're still struggling economically. All right, be specific. Now, icebreaker is all here, all done. I should this slide. Okay, I use the United Nations AI picture is because there's 16 countries in this room. It's just amazing. Now, today's agenda, ladies and gentlemen, what's the economy about? Supply, demand, prices, government, inflation, interest rates, your wallet, the potential scams out there around the world, global trends, the future of work, which might involve your work, and then we'll wrap it up after 2 hours more. Now, I started early because my dear friend here finished pretty fast. Okay. So what is economy? The reason I use the incomplete picture compared to the first picture is because your world, our eyesight is only seeing what's around us immediately. Okay, we got 3 friends from the African continent. 1, 2, and who's? Oh, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Our world is pretty limited. Sometimes from our home to the office, and that's it. Go back. That's it. All right. But actually, the economy is way, way wider than that. What if? Wait a minute. Hello? Oh no. Technical. My pictures are not showing. Wait, try reopening the PowerPoint file. Another technical problem. I do apologize for this. The pictures will find us now. Okay, put it up. Yeah. Okay, how many people are online right now? Are there anyone watching online? No, huh? Okay, recording. Okay, recording. Okay, what's the economy? Imagine a playground, just a playground nearby your house, okay, a local neighborhood, and kids love to play. Some kids like to pretend to be engineers. Yes, every kid wants to be an engineer. I like to build things, sandcastle, everything, tractors. Then some like to be doctors. Then after that, they push a kid down, they push another kid down. Oh, you're injured. Let me try to treat you. Alright. Then some like to be nurses and so forth. So imagine the economy like a playground. Different people come with different professions. Then another bunch of kids have to come along and say, I like to cook. I like to grow food. Okay? Or I like to bring the toys for everybody. The toy manufacturer, the future farmer, the future chef. Important or not? Important, because if you make a ton of money and nobody grows any food, your ton of money is practically useless. Right? Your lunch that you had just now, none of us planted the food. We paid for the food so that someone else halfway around the world, or maybe just in the next state, grew that food, and somebody else were paid to bring the food here for the chef downstairs to cook the food for you. All right? A playground or the economic playground must have all the professions. It is not feasible if everyone's an engineer. If everyone's an engineer, but there's no farmers, what happens? We have the best buildings in the world without food. Okay? And you cannot get sick because there are no doctors. Everyone go, All right? So, a good playground would have a mix of every profession out there. A healthy economy must have all these professions. Right? This is the basic 101. Now, what if everyone sold the same thing? Wow, competition, yes. No variety, boring. All right. Is it hard to survive? Pardon? They fight with each other, they cut each other. All right. Then everyone earns less. It happens. It happens in certain areas. Okay. There are some communities where they only produce one thing. If they specialize in it, they can export it, fine. But if you only sell within your community the same thing over and over again, it's going to be a problem. All right, the economy is going to go down normally. So, what if there's also no customers? If you can make all the best things in the world, but there are no demand for it, tough, right? It's going to be tough. All right, you can't send your kids to school. You can't even buy the condo that you want. So, economic components involve goods, services, jobs, and money. Write this down somewhere. These four components, if you understand these four, how it plays into your factor into your life, you will do very, very, very well. Goods, services, jobs, and money. All right, moving on. So, first important question for today. All of you collect a salary. I need to ask the room, okay? Is money evil? We're talking about economics. Is money evil?
No.
No? Okay. No. Money evil? Is money evil? Oh, everyone saying money not evil. Have you heard of, oh, money has changed him? Have you heard of that before? Yes, money has changed him. Oh, and all those kind of things. Now, I've done classes for economics where I jump straight to economics, talk about GDP, economic cycle. Then after that, a lot of people forgot about the fact that money actually isn't evil. Money is a means of barter so that you don't have to plant or grow your own vegetables. Yeah. Money isn't evil. My last class, my last seminar, we actually spent 15 minutes debating. Some people were screaming, money is evil. Okay. Money is a sin. No, it is not. It's just a barter tool. All right, so that you don't have to go and catch your own fish. So that you don't have to grow your own rice. So that you don't have to teach your own kids. You hire a teacher, you send them to school, hire a bus driver. Right? Money isn't evil. Money isn't evil. It was invented and used thousands of years ago, okay, somewhere in the Middle East, I think Sumeria. Then after that, slowly China also developed paper currency, and here we are today. Now, for you to earn money, you need to have a share or an activity. You clock in every day for work for 1 month and you get a paycheck. You provide your service you sell your service for a paycheck, correct? You pay your taxi guy from the airport to drive you to this hotel, yes or no? Everybody, yes or no? Yes. Or he owns the cab. Or if you buy a house, you can rent it out. That's an economic activity. Or if you purchase into stocks, buying into stocks with your hard-earned money gives you a share of the company. When they make money, you get dividends. Okay, simple as that. Now, having money has a lot of benefits. It provides you medical support. Appendix, go to the hospital. They cut you up, take out the rocks, stones or rocks. You call it what? Stones. Rocks will be too big. If you have rocks, you got a problem. All right, they cut out the stones and then you pay them a nice big check. Okay, thank you for saving my life. But if there was no doctors and you got a ton of gold, a pound of gold, you're the richest man in Babylon, but nobody know how to operate an appendix, you're dead. Okay? So somebody studied 4 or 5 years of medical degree to learn, and he can operate and you take out the stones. Provide insurance. You buy your own insurance. You find your own insurance agents. We'll talk more about that later. It's part of the economic activity. A good economy will protect its residents, your people. Your personal economy must protect your family with the right protection as well. Okay? And then it ensures that our supermarkets are full of food. The economy puts everything from marshmallows to salmon in the ice racks in the supermarket that allows you to buy them without having to fish or farm for them. Okay? So having money is good. We're going to talk about the microeconomy and macroeconomy. Okay? These are two separate things. So microeconomy studies how you buy your stuff. There are people in Apple, they will try to guess what will be the latest fashion, design, or demand for the next iPhone. All right? There are people who will think, what sort of car would you like to buy? They will study you. What sort of food you like to eat? How should they package the next set meal, for example? What do people like? Companies will then decide what to produce, how much to produce, when to produce, how many people to hire. Okay? If you're an employee, your company decided to hire you out of a need because they anticipated they got how many projects lined up, how many engineers they might need, how many specialists, okay, or heads or leads to need. So project managers, some of you are project managers, I saw. How many projects they already calculated, okay, which is why you are where you are. You are needed, no doubt about it. Then, how prices are set. If Apple wakes up crazy one day and says, iPhone are now 10,000 USD per phone. No problem for you guys? Big problem, right? But for them, the demand will drop or go up. It will just drop. More than half the world will not be able to afford a $10,000 iPhone, US dollar iPhone. Okay? It will not be practical for them if they set the price way too high. But what if it's too cheap? Sell it below cost. Get the market share first. That is also a conscious thing. Some companies will underprice everybody else, try to kill the competition, and then control the market share. It has happened before. So microeconomics studies that. What sort of prices do you want to set? And then supply and demand for goods and services, you have to study that as well to understand how much materials you need to get ready because you anticipate, okay, the demand will go up, prices will go up, all those kind of things. You guys are experts in that, especially when sourcing for materials or labor. Okay, now everything in your house was purchased at a price that was thought up and set by somebody. But sometimes those prices are beyond the company's control. Okay, we'll talk more about supply and demand later. Now, question, how many percent do you guys spend on food? Half your income? 25%? 25%? How about in the African continent? How many percent of your income goes to food for your family?
Louder, louder. 30%. 30%. How about you, sir?
25%.
25%? Yeah, 25%. 25%? 25%?
Your side? 20? 25? Anyone above 30, 40%? No, huh? Okay. In all my seminars, any country that is having to spend 30, 40% of household income on food, the economy is struggling, okay, so to speak. They won't produce a lot of professionals because just to survive day to day is hard enough. All right, they wouldn't be here. So I as expected, everyone who are professionals in this room will come from a country or an economic background that only spends 25, 30% on food. All right, so that you can spend the rest on gaining assets, holidays, experience, and so forth. Now, in Malaysia, this is a tag of a bread, okay, from 2013, $2. And then 2018 was 250. And today I just found out the price is $3. It has gone up by 42%. 42% in just 12 years. Okay? This is not set by me, also by supply and demand. Okay, they also have costs which goes up, and then they pass the price to us, the consumers. In your respective countries, some of your inflations are crazy. Okay? Among the 16 countries here today, some of the inflation rates are just super sky high. No fault of yours, okay? But it's just an economic game. Now, macroeconomics study about economic growth. This part you should pay attention to as well. Be careful about inflation. Be careful about inflation. Inflation can help push the prices for items up. If you buy the right items, the prices will go up. Okay, will give you a comfortable retirement. Unemployment, how many people are unemployed? How many people are jobless? Okay, how many people are in work? Interest rates, government policies, exchange rates, and talking about overall spending, which will benefit you, everyone in this particular room, how much the governments want to spend on projects. Okay, just like the Sarawak project, the bridge. Okay, I go to the town very, very often. Okay, I will be glad to see the bridge over that river. Right, I'll definitely use that. So let's move on to GDP. Oh my God, what time is it now? 2:30. Oh, I started early. All right, GDP is gross domestic product. This picture was not made by me. Some of your countries are not here on this little ball right here. Okay, please don't be angry, but okay, I did not draw this picture. This is the whole world's GDP, the GDP ball. So the US accounts for over $20 trillion a year, or 23%. All products and services made. So you see the storyline I'm trying to move along here. These are all the things that we produce in value. All right, China. We have quite a few China delegates here. Anyone? China? 1, 2, 3. Okay, great. Well done. Where is Malaysia? Right here, next to Singapore. All right, almost. But considering Singapore size, it's amazing like Singapore. All right, Pakistan, you're here. Well done. Well done. Bangladesh. Well done. All right, Philippines. Nice. All right, so basically we're all on the outline with China there. Now, everybody makes products and services, all tabulated here. All right, and for Africa, we got Nigeria, South Africa, and Egypt. Hey, Egypt. Well done. well done. Okay, all here. So this is the economic ball. Now, the more you produce, the healthier the economy is. Why? Because it helps, okay, with all this. But understanding the formula right here, okay, from this ball, GDP measures the monetary value of all goods and services. This is a formula. Consumption, what everyone spends to feed the family, investments, okay, in factories, equipment, houses, government spending to build schools, airports, roads, everything, plus goods, services sold to other countries and imports. Okay, so this is the formula. If this formula goes wrong, it will go very wrong for your country. So everything bought by consumers, businesses, governments, and other countries, okay, minus what we buy from overseas, okay, goes into the formula. Right now, one certain country in the ball there says that, oh, it's very unfair. We import more than we export. Okay, and then goes on TV every day saying something different. Okay, understand this, huh? Now, The larger the economy, the more taxes that can be collected. More taxes that can be collected. Taxes can fund schools, roads, hospitals, improve the quality of your life. If you are sick, you can have better doctors than in a country that has smaller GDP and nothing to spend on hospitals. Okay? There are some countries where you got certain medical conditions, they say, we need you to get to another country for the right treatment. Have you heard of that? Yes. Okay? So that means that your country is not there yet. You can't afford to bring in the specialist with that kind of skills to pay him that kind of salary. But there are some countries that don't have the facilities, they can still afford to bring in people. You can fund the police, a stronger army, or have a project to fly to space. GDPs are important for all of us, not just for yourself. Now, taxes, nobody likes to talk about taxes. It's almost tax time here in Malaysia as well, where they declare our taxes. But countries need to earn money. Okay? So it normally comes from income tax, corporate tax on your company and as well as for yourself. Consumption taxes, when you buy things, eat things, you pay a tax, you collect the money as well. Or sales tax, when people sell something, excise duties on certain goods, property taxes when you sell. Okay? Custom, import duties. This is a hot topic right now with all the tariffs. Payroll taxes, when you get paid, you're supposed to pay me 15,000. Why only 12,000 now? All right. I worked in Canada. They take like 40-50% of my paycheck. No. And then I look at the newspaper, the prisoners in Canada, their prisons are like hotels. You understand what I mean? There was one prison in Canada, you can look this up, that had a golf course. My God. Okay? My taxes. All right? In Malaysia, we complain about tolls a lot. You go everywhere, you got toll here, toll there, toll here. Okay? When I went to Canada, I was like, wow, no toll, but pay 50% tax. Then I realized, maybe the Malaysian model is much better. If you have a car, you use that highway, you pay only for that highway for that day's use. Fair. Here, I had no car. But I'm paying for all the roads maintenance, all the highways, all the prisons, and so forth. So there's two different models. Some will say this will be better. I only ride a bike. Okay, the toll has a side road for all bikers to just run by without paying. Okay, certain tolls. So this side or this side, up to you. All right, that's good and that's bad. And there's capital gains tax in some countries. When you sell something at a profit, you pay a tax. And inheritance tax. All right, I won't get into the details how you can go around it, but inheritance tax is a thing. 7 items here. Now, your taxes have paid for our airports, our rail lines, okay, hospitals, all the kind of things. Very, very good. Oh, this one I'm supposed to take out. Actually, when I found out there's 16 countries here, I had to take out a lot of the Malaysian context one. But for your benefit, Malaysians have only a per in-person income of an average of 54,000 ringgit. How much is that in US dollars? Divided by 4.4. $54,000 a year divided by 4.4. Anybody? How much a year? 12,000 a year. 12,000 a year, $1,000 US a month. Average Malaysian personal GDP per capita production is only 1,000 a month, okay, or 12,000 a year. So GDP per capita has fluctuated. Per capita around the world, Luxembourg 144,000. Oh, Singapore, 134,000 for an average person in Singapore. Okay, gross domestic production on a personal level per capita, For Southeast Asia, Malaysia has remained relatively same. Brunei, Singapore. Okay, most of us didn't switch places, so it's quite consistent. For here, we have to consider how much we produce as individuals as well. Now the storyline is going on to the next thing: prices. The prices of the things that you pay for, the car that you drive, the house that you stay. There are certain places where the houses in your neighborhood cost 10 times the next neighborhood. Have you seen that? Yeah, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Sometimes it's just the name, sometimes it's just the address. Okay? Some places with a French sounding name cost a lot more. Sure or not? Okay, you just add a D with apostrophe, wow, can sell double the price. I don't know why. You didn't do anything to the house, you just add the letter D and an apostrophe there. Then it sounds so cool. So, supply and demand. If a lot of people wants to move to your street and offer more and more price to buy a house on your street, your house value will go up, even though you didn't do anything to your house. All right? You did not improve anything to your house, but yet your neighborhood value goes up. And it can be the opposite. Something bad happens down the street. Okay, recently Malaysia had a very famous explosion near the housing area. Okay, just across town. Instantly, the house prices for that street dropped a lot. You didn't do anything to your house. A pipe blew up nearby, and your house price came down. What the heck happened? Because there's no more demand for the houses on your street suddenly. All right. So you may have seen at the start of COVID, people were fighting in the supermarkets for toilet paper. Toilet paper, fighting. Why? All right. The demand was so great. People were thinking that this is going to be a long pandemic. So better stock up. There's no more toilet paper coming. Better fight for it. All right. Now looking back, imagine if you lost an eyeball or got injured or you killed somebody because of toilet paper. How would you feel today? Okay. It's a supply and demand thing. All right. Taylor Swift concert ticket. Wow. Can you imagine the prices on those guys? Within 5 seconds, all sold out. Then you open up a secondary web page and then you see the prices all being shot up. Okay? Supply and demand. Everyone say demand. 1, 2, 3. Demand. If you understand that, you can make a lot of money. Now, you've seen queues in front of Louis Vuitton. Everyone say Louis Vuitton. Some of you got LV bags on the table, I can see. All right. Some of us would like to have Hugo Boss, all right, on our body. It is, some people will say, oh, it's the same clothes. It's just a jacket. It's the same shoes or same handbag. A handbag is a handbag. Okay? But to all those people who are lining up, there is a difference. There is a difference. Supply and demand is very important to understand that. And oh, last week, I think LV was overtaken. Anyone didn't know about it? Nobody. Okay, you check the news later. Okay. So there is always a balance. If you provide too much of the same thing, the prices will drop. All right. Having too many of the same things, one shot, no demand, the thing sits on the shelf, people reduce the prices. But if there's not enough, prices do go up. Valuable paintings, for example, there's only one Mona Lisa. All right, imagine the value of that, almost priceless. But if there's a lot of something very in common, like bread, prices won't be that high. So this is an example. I was looking at the property prices. So happened in that area, that explosion happened because of a gas leak. All right, instantly updated, updated within an hour, and the website show, hey, 9% discount. Okay, it blew more than a 50-meter wide hole. There was nothing left inside the hole. You can Google it. All right, and there's literally nothing in the hole. All right. And then the people that were doing the project nearby there said, There was no one working on the site that day. All right? You understand what I'm saying, right? Everything blew away. There was no more evidence. No bones, nothing. No, the excavator, everything was gone. So the project first said, oh, no one came for work that day. Wow, I was like, wow, no need to talk about compensation or whatsoever. They just said there was no one at work today. All right? So that was something. Now, concert tickets, I should change it to Taylor Swift. Okay, some of you may not know who Jackie Chung is. All right, he's coming here again. Okay, everyone will be at the dining table having dinner or breakfast, already clicking away for the tickets. And he comes when the tickets are released. Recently, we had prawn prices drop tremendously. Why? Oversupply. Okay, same thing with your shares and stocks. Recently, a lot of big stocks, especially in the US as well, have dropped a lot. And I bought Apple at 170. Okay, now it's what, 190, 180? Okay. Okay. All right. So normally I use this local stocks, so the local context, but Nvidia, Apple, all those Microsoft also came down in prices. All right, because of supply and demand for those stocks. Now, I need to bring you to why stock prices go up and down. Just now I mentioned about supply and demand. If a price is priced at, let's say, $10, $10 US, but there are no sellers at $10. You want to buy, but there are no sellers. What do you have to do? Offer at $10.01. The price goes up. If I want to move to your street, your house on your street, everyone is selling at $1 million, but no one is selling. What do I do? If I want to stay there, I have to offer 1 million plus, 1,020,000 or 1.1 million. All right, hoping someone will sell, but still nobody sells. I have to offer 1.2. Same thing with share prices. It's always about supply and demand. But suddenly, some idiot goes on TV and says, hey, tariffs. The prices suddenly show, oh my God, our imports for all these companies related are going to go down. There's not going to be so much demand. Tesla, trouble with China. How are they going to sell in China? Suddenly, Tesla share price. Okay? It comes down. Even though nobody did anything, it's because there was no demand. Everyone say demand. Demand. So share prices, property prices, the things on your table, everything that you eat, all revolves around supply and demand. Economics affect you. So recently, case study, we had eggs. The prices dropped to a new low. My mom was so happy. Why? Because it was a consequence of events. Few years ago, we did a price control. Our dear government said we should control the prices to protect the people. Unfortunately, our farmers said, oh, to hell with it, I'll produce less. Why? Because you control the prices. We got costs. Okay? Sometimes we need to raise prices. Then the government said, okay. We'll stop our exports to Singapore. Sorry, Singapore. Then Singapore said, fine, we'll get it from Indonesia and Thailand. Suddenly we got oversupply. All right, so a lot of times prices are due to a lot of circumstances. You earning what you earn now is a circumstance of maybe your parents working hard to put you through college. Okay? Please don't go to the fact that your mom and your dad decided to date and get married and then have you. That kind of too far back. Okay, I'll just talk about now. Okay, the fact that there was a university available to you to study, the fact that there was professors willing to teach you, okay, for your profession, all those come into play by supply and demand. Okay, so can there be an oversupply of doctors? Could be in some areas. There are some areas oversupply of nurses. Everybody studied nursing, all graduate at the same time. but the hospitals can't take everybody. It happens. It happens. All right? It happens. So, based on scarcity and choices, what car you want to buy, where to send the kids for school, where to eat, and where to go for holiday are all the questions that you can afford to ask. You are privileged in this room. Okay? Sometimes I give free talks at welfare homes, underprivileged kids, okay, to talk to them about saving money, how the economy works, so to better prepare them when they go out. Because a lot of kids have only seen things on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. They see kids their age living a lifestyle with a boat. Wow. Why can't I have that kind of lifestyle? The new interpretation. Then you want to be the new entrepreneur. Oh, okay. Then after that, they come and ask me, Dennis, why my mommy and daddy don't have the kind of things? Why my classmate is like that? Okay, I seen jealousy in kids. Then they go into depression because they can't understand how economic works. They think that is fated that they are poor. No such thing. So my role as an educator is to help bring the kids up to understand economics gives everyone a chance. Understand this? All right. So in Malaysia, my wife asked me the same bloody questions. Where to eat or what to eat? So here are my answers. This is a restaurant nearby. Okay, my favorite place. All right. Chincai Cafe means in the local context means anything. Okay. Okay, this one is near my wife's work office. 4 shops away. Up to you. All right, this is real. You can Google this one, okay? All right, these are real places. All right, in Malaysia, we can afford to choose where to eat, what to eat. It's economic success. Okay, a lot of countries don't have the luxury. Some of them have no choice. Just eat whatever they can. All right. So, but one thing you can ask yourself is how much to put aside as savings or investments. How much you want to put aside? 30% for food, fine. You still got 70%. How much for the bills? How much to put aside? Now, some of us struggle by the end of the month, got nothing left to put aside. After paying the school fees, the car, okay, the house, nothing much. But the more you put aside now, okay, the better it is. All right. Oh, I got no whiteboard, but now mine. Okay, back to the economy. How did the government shape your life? Fiscal policy, how much they spend and how much they tax you. They can increase tax rates or lower tax rates. Monetary policy, okay, how much money to print, what sort of interest rates the banks must follow. It's all up to the government. They can also set rules. Like Malaysia famously said, all Malaysian ringgit cannot be exchanged outside of Malaysia. Wow. Okay, that was a big news in our time. So all Malaysian ringgit cannot be recognized overseas. Very troublesome for a lot of us who want to go on holiday. We can't exchange our ringgit on the spot outside of Malaysia. Okay, that's a monetary control. Trade policies, how much to export, where to export, sign a deal or not, yes, no. Okay, do we have a trade agreement? And public debt management, all right. A lot of countries are normally finishing their budget or exploding the budget, okay, which gets them into debt. But some do have a surplus. And how much they put in airports, roads, hospitals, schools. Schools is very important. The more good schools you have, the bigger the economy will be. Because you get more professionals out, the bigger the economy. Okay? I think alarm, is it for me? Oh, not yet. How much time do I have left? Oh, great. You guys are going to get a break soon. All right. Now, funding infrastructure, construction, all those are very, very good things. Some of you have seen some countries spend a whole lot of money. Okay? Some countries do go other places like Vietnam coming to Malaysia to do the bridge project. Okay, that helps us. So this, believe it or not, was just used for another talk just last week, but also changed already. Okay, this is talking about the tariffs and so forth. China, I'm sorry, this one is, I'm not sure whether updated, it's 145%. It's going to go higher or what? Yeah, it doesn't matter. I keep updating. Then I'm about to give a talk, then they say, then it's updated already. No, then I have to go online, copy and then put it again. Okay, it's not stopping. What? Mexico, Canada, here, the very old neighbors. Is this how you treat your neighbors? Sorry, I had to ask that. Okay. So they want to get 1.26 trillion more money revenue by setting tariffs, which their own people have to pay. Wow. Okay, good logic there. All right. So central banks Malaysian central banks will actually set the interest rates, okay, for all the countries, your respective countries as well. Think of it not as a speedometer. Never think interest rates is a speed meter. I have to emphasize this for everyone that's not from the banks. Interest rates is not a speedometer. How if I cut the interest rates, we'll go faster. People borrow money, can do more business because pay less interest. Interest rates is a guiding line in the middle of a highway and you're driving. They are trying to keep the economy in the middle of the road. Okay? Sometimes when they over adjust interest rates, your car hits the railing. Bang! Or crash here, crash there, and then only go back to the middle, but all your passengers are dead. Understand this? Okay? It has happened in a lot of countries. The interest rates just went sky high, and the whole car shot off the cliff, past the railing, and then off the cliff. And then the currency devalues big time. Okay? The African continent had few examples, right? Where money had to print a lot of zeros. Zimbabwe was one example, right? Interest rates is not a speedometer, but a guiding line, okay, a steering to guide the country to stay in the middle of the road. How much they lower or increase the interest rates is to do that. Okay? So, today I'm going to teach you about a shortcut financial term. Some of you may know about this, rule of 72. It is when your money doubles. If you don't have a calculator in your hand, you just take whatever figure someone mentions to you, take 72 divided by the number they give you, you will know how many years it takes to double your money. Everyone say, 1, 2, 3. All right, you can test this on the calculator. If the houses in your area grows by 5% in value, you take 72 divided by 5. Everyone calculate 72 divided by 5. How many years? 14 years, your house value will double. Okay, assuming it's that rate. Everyone say, Use a calculator, put down your house prices, add 5%, 5%. You have to do how many times? 14 times, you will get the double. Okay, this is just a shortcut that I always teach bankers. But if you Google it, it's a common calculation. Shortcut.
Why is it?
I don't know. It's just a common formula. Like 22 divided by 7 is 3.142. I do not know why, but that's the thing. All right. So 72 is just a shortcut. Now, if your bank interest promise you 4% a year, which is in the local context 4%, 72 divided by 4. How long does it take your $100 to become 200? Everyone calculate. 72 divided by 4. 18 long years, your $100 to become $200. Wow. Everyone say wow. Wow. Not long? Very long. Very long. Okay? All right. Okay. Credit card. In Malaysia, they charge 18% a year. if I don't pay my credit card bill and I have 10,000 there, how many years it will take for my 10,000 debt on credit card to become 20,000? Everybody, 32 divided by 18. How long? Less than 4 years or 4 years? Okay. If you have outstanding credit card, how much is your bank charging in your country for a year? Credit card interest if you don't pay. Not familiar? Okay. China? You don't know. Oh, sorry, you from Malaysia. Vietnam? You have no idea how much the banks are charging for credit card in Vietnam. Okay. Where? Which country again? Nepal, 22%. Anyone? Singapore? How many? Wow! Anyone higher than 22? Pardon? Rule 72 divided by 27.5. Everybody? Any credit card debt will double in how many years? 2.5. 10,000 will become 20,000 debt. 20,000 will become 40. 40 become 80 in 10 years. Less than that, yeah. 10,000 will become 80K debt in less than 10 years. Sorry. Okay, it's not your fault. It's the monetary policy fault. Economics affect all of us. All right. But if you grow your money, if you can grow your money at 12% a year, how long does it take your money to double? Everyone, 72, rule 72, divide by 12% growth. In 6 years, you double your money. Everyone good? Everyone say good? Good. Okay? Good. So please understand about rates, understand about economics, and understand the rules 72. And it's tea break time, ladies and gentlemen. 15 minutes. Are the tea break ready? Okay, they'll take some time to check. All right. So if she says yes, we're going to have a nice 15-minute tea break. Usually 15 minutes? Not yet. I will talk slower. I'll click slower now. Okay? So if your expenses today at your household, if you need to spend 5,000 USD a month to feed your family, but inflation rate is at 8%. In 9 years, your 5,000 expenses will grow to 10,000 expenses every month. Okay? Because cost of goods will go up, cost of food will go up, everything will go up, school fees will go up. So if the rule 72 applies to your expenses as well. It is a very good indicator on how much you need to spend as you retire. All right? So, second important question, change this ringgit. I just did it for a local one. If you can save 2,000 US dollars a month, how long does it take you to save 1 million American dollars, US dollars? Any context? 2,000 a month if you can save 2,000 bucks. How long does it take you to save 1 billion? 1 million. 1 billion. 2,000 a month. Come. You guys need to come. 41? Okay, how do you get 41.6 years? You take 1 million a month. Okay, so when you divide by 2,000 a month, you get the number of months. What's the number of months? 500 months. 500 months, 1 year got how many months? 12. So altogether, 42 years. 2,000 bucks aside every month. It will take you only 42 years to save. Okay, say that again, loudly. Only? Oh, yes, only 42 years. All right. Now, I'm very sure all of us, let's say the 2,000 USD, common denominator for everybody. Okay. The moment you graduate from university, first month on the job, you can put aside 2,000 USD every month. Yes. Yes. Why is this question nobody ever said yes to me? Fresh grad salary, 2,000 a month aside. No problem, right? Okay, big problem because for many of us, fresh grad, that's the whole salary. Okay, sadly, that's true because we haven't got to that part of the career where we can put aside 2,000 a month, and yet it will still take you 42 years. So by the time you get there to put aside 2,000 a month, equivalent in your currency, US dollars, how old will you be for that part of career? That you're mature enough to put aside 2,000. I want to hear the word only. 30 years old? Around there? Around there, 30. Okay, some of you, if you're lucky, 30, 20 plus, late 20s, you can start putting aside for 40 years to get to your first million. All right? Now, it's your calculator. It's not me saying 2,000 aside, taking you 42 years to finish off to meet 1 million savings. All right? For someone to say, I'm a millionaire. Everyone say, Okay, this is why I teach kids. Now, tea break not here yet, right? So I ask the next question. You guys at the back also try. It's important for you. If you spend 200 bucks only every day, how long does it take you to finish 1 million? Everybody count. A day, 200 bucks a day. 200 bucks a day. Is it easy to spend 200 bucks a day?
Yes.
Nope. 200 bucks.
What do you spend on?
Food.
It is prepared with mortgage.
How about you? 200 bucks a day. Easy to use?
Yeah.
What do you get?
13.7 years.
13 years to finish 1 million. Your 200 bucks must pay for your expenses per day, for the car, petrol, food, rental, if any. Okay, your internet bill, your daily internet bill, your entertainment, okay, your movies, everything. 200 bucks a day. Can you spend 200 bucks a day for your whole family? Yes. 13 years you would have spent 1 million. But to save 2,000 a month, which is like, wow, it'll take you how many years? 40 over years. Okay, do you see the difference here? All right, economics affect all of us, but since most of you are in the engineering line, I'm sure you guys can put aside 10,000 every month. Yes, okay, yes, I'm very sure. All right. So, tea break. No problem. I'll talk even slower. Okay. Now, whenever I ask the two sets of questions, everyone's mood and shoulder goes down. In almost every talk I had. All right, but it is natural. When we graduate, we don't suddenly be able to put aside huge amounts of money. But by the time we do, we're quite well into our age. But then some of us start very, very late. All right, you understand what I mean so far? Now, I suggest, this is what I suggest to all the schools and welfare homes that I do teach, 50% should go towards your expenses, your needs. 30% towards what you want, your holidays, okay, the nice car. 20% towards savings and investments. This is the recommended rule. Oh, you take a picture, yeah. So that you remember me when you become a millionaire. Okay, all right. General rule. It takes discipline. It takes discipline, but I guarantee you, I've met a lot of millionaires. A lot of them do ask me to come and talk at their companies. Talking to employees and talking to the business owners, they have started earlier. The moment your business or their business takes off, this whole thing changes. Understand, huh? Your first 100,000 in a bank will give you 4% interest. That means 4,000 every year into your pocket. You use that 4,000 for food. That means 4,000 less from your pocket to pay for food. That means the next year you can put more money into the bank. And then the next year, since you put in more money in the bank, you get more interest the next year. It compounds. Hence the term the rich get. Hence the term the rich get richer. But suddenly, something happens. Medical expenses, your kid got an appendix. 10,000 taken out from your 100,000 savings. You got 90,000. The interest for next year will be less or more? Lesser. But you still need to eat the same. You need to take even more. Okay? Then suddenly you get lesser, and then lesser, and then lesser. Hence the term, the poor get poorer. Right? So, those who are rich have completely flipped this. 20% towards their expenses. Okay? Then 30% towards whatever they want. 50% towards savings. The more you save, the more you save. Okay, the more you spend, the more you have to spend on. It is natural. Every businessman that I gave a talk at their companies all went through the same thing. They all have suffered, but after a while, you notice it start flipping, where you get to spend more for your wants. Why are this old man? Why this old man at the traffic light downtown KL? Wow, the roof, sports car, Lamborghini, but he has no hair. Okay. Why? When we were kids, we were all jealous. Okay, beautiful girl next to him. Then we're thinking, what does it take? Now that we know. Now, after I go to the banks, now I know. So, your money today, however, today, even in KL here, if you walk out to the mall nearby, you can buy caviar from Russia, sushi from Japan, salmon, okay? Really fished out here from the east seas of Japan. You can get the best wine from France. Okay, my brother-in-law has a bar nearby here. The best wine you can afford, you can get it here. So economic activity has allowed us to choose from a lot of things. We have the pleasure to pick what we want. Okay, it only gets into trouble when we get too much, spend too much on our wants, then no savings, we will suffer later. All right, but you are linked to the world. To be continued after the 15-minute tea break. All right, see you guys later in 15 minutes. Now, is this thing blocking anybody? Okay, great. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, we are all linked. We are all linked economically, financially, career-wise. We all want the same things, security for our family, and so forth. All right. During the tea break, I did get some questions, okay? Including one person asking me how to make money. How to make money. All right, that is always the same question. But before that, okay, since we're back on tea break, making money is relatively easy since we are all having the same economic opportunities. A person from, let's say, Nepal can invest in the largest companies in the world. Can you buy Google from Nepal? Online.
We need to have a US bank account, which we cannot have until unless we are earning in USD.
Earning, interesting, interesting. So that is also related to the policies that we mentioned just now. Okay, policies. But technically, a lot of us have access to all this. Wait a minute. I'm using the wrong remote. This one. All right. Now, how about you? How about for the African continent? Can you buy US stocks? Like Google, all this? Can. You can open an online account. Crypto, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
do from the international question, to invest in the international commodities, but I don't have any idea.
Oh, no idea about it.
Yeah.
Okay. In general, a lot more people now have access to the largest companies in the world. You can buy Microsoft, you can buy Google, okay, Nvidia, Tesla, Netflix, okay. All those companies are making money every day. You can get a dividend from it if you are a shareholder. You have access to wealth and riches. Let other people's companies, workers, work for you. So in terms of globalization, I need to take you through this whole step so you can understand, okay, a little bit better on how to make money, right? So I'm going to ask you a very important question later. Do you know how to lose money? Okay, if you don't understand how you lost money, you will never learn how to make more money. So this one first. 101. First of all, raw materials dug up from the ground or planted or grown, sent to the supplier, they will send it to the factories or the warehouses or the processing plant to produce the food, or the factory to process it and then send it for distribution. Goes to retail, you go to the supermarket and then you buy it and then you bring it back home to cook or to eat or to watch or to sleep in like a bed. All right? Your money can get you the best bed in the world if you can afford it. But our world economy has come to that stage. 100 years ago, many of us can't even have a hot shower in our home because the infrastructures in a lot of our countries can't even get you a hot shower at home. Now, today, in 2025, if you go home, you just turn on the heater and you get a nice hot shower. We have come to that. Okay? Now, all this is a long chain that money pays for. But sometimes a ship can get stuck somewhere in the canal, the whole supply chain all screw up. It has happened, correct or not? COVID comes along, everything shuts down. Oh my God, we are fighting over toilet paper. So some countries are now trying to bring back production back to the countries if they can. The key word is if. All right, our dear American friend is trying to bring back production back to their countries, their own country, which is going to be a tough thing because, oh wait, I need to show you this one. Trade matters because we import a lot of stuff that we need, but
Oh, lovely.
you cannot expect Americans to be on assembly lines.
You must say the great American.
You're not supposed to take the picture. Okay. Okay. Don't get me in trouble with this one, but I had to talk about it because of the subject matter at hand. We cannot expect local Americans to be on assembly lines. True or not? Okay? The advanced economy, they already sub out to everybody, but then now they want it back. This maybe it doesn't make sense, but maybe not practical also. So what might happen, okay, is before that, we need to understand we cannot produce everything in our own countries. All right? So all 16 countries that are in the room are all here. This is what your country needs in terms of imports. Right? Most of you are nodding your head because you guys know that your country needs this. We need imports. Everyone say, we need imports. Could be skill, could be labor, could be raw materials, and so forth. Right? Even Malaysia doesn't have everything. Neither do the Americans. Everyone say, haha, 1, 2, 3. Haha. Alright? If they increase the tariffs too much, so much so that exporting to them doesn't make economical sense, their own population will be cut off from a lot of imports very easily. Even bananas, even the simple thing like bananas, the Americans don't do enough. They don't grow enough. They pull in from the Caribbean. Imagine if their own people can't get access to bananas. Wow, that's amazing. So all this we all need. Now, the economic cycle, here it says expansion. Sorry about the fate. All economies will expand. After that reaches peak, you will see house prices at all-time high. Okay? Or maybe interest rates all-time high because the central government is trying to slow down the growth. Salaries are getting out of hand. All right? I've seen job interviews where the next guy was asking 5 times my salary loudly. All right? Because the economy was so good. This was during the dot-com bubble at the time. Okay? Dot-com at the time. I was selling my services, my hours to a software development company, an international one. And this guy comes along and say he wanted 100,000 USD a year. And this was in the 90s. Yeah, I'm old, I know. Okay? Those are the times that we know the bubble might burst. And true enough, the dot-com bubble burst. And a lot of companies died. The survivors are the big names today. Okay? So, here's the rule. Buy the survivors. You don't buy when they're all startups because you don't know which one's going to die, but the survivors will reap the whole market, like Google, okay, or Facebook, and so forth. These are the survivors. Microsoft. Then after that, everything goes to hell. This is the good time to buy when everybody is suffering. When market prices are down, property prices are down, people are losing their jobs left and right. Yesterday, thanks to the tariffs, one of my dear friends, 20,000 a month, just lost his job. He just joined the company for 2 months. And then last in, first out. Ouch. Okay? He said, Dennis, come join me. I'll give you 30,000 a month. Whoa. He just lost it. Just yesterday, it was in the news. Okay, the company had to lay off a lot of people. So unfortunately, he was the last in. Bad timing. Then, after that, repeat. Now, however, you and I have our own economic cycles. Some people's economic cycle is when they're young, they start earning more and more. Then in the middle, they slow down. You're competing with the youngsters, the 21-year-old fresh graduates getting paid way cheaper than you. If you have no experience or if your job can be done by 2 fresh grads, you will be replaced. I guarantee you this. Okay? I was in an administrative role once. I asked my boss for 4,000 salary. He said, I'd rather hire 2 person for 2,000 each. Ouch. Everyone say ouch. Ouch. Dennis, if you fall sick, I got nobody. What if I hire 2 fresh grads for 2,000? If one of them falls sick, my business still can continue. And then I learned. I left my job the very next day to join the financial industry where I understand economics much better. When you understand this, you will know, can 2 youngsters replace me? If that's the case, just change your skill. Maybe for more experience. Some people pay for experience. If it's too administrative, you will be replaced. Okay, by youngsters. So, after that, when you compete, or maybe your career may be stagnant, but then your experience starts kicking in. You get into the general manager position and so forth. Then you start prospering. When people hire you for your years of experience, your knowledge, your wisdom, you become a public speaker, for example, or a general manager or a director of some division. That is when you really, really fly. Okay? Then you get a maid, you got a driver. Wow, that is the life. Okay? Some of us go through that. Some of us, however, unfortunately, even for my friend, the thing goes down as they age, as they retire. They hit retirement age, they fall out of the company, and then they start eating into the savings because they didn't understand economics. And then they get poorer, their food gets worse and worse every year. Right? Then they hit 70, their savings almost depleted. Then they'll ask me, hey, Dennis, can you help me out? Let me 1,000, 2,000. I have friends like that who are way older than me. They had a driver earning money, right, in the millions, but their spending was 500 a day. So, turn out in your calculator, how long does it take to spend 1 million? $200 a day, $200 a day. How long does it take to spend 1 million? 13 years, right? 13 years. He retired at 55. Before 70, he used up the million. And his lifestyle was not 200 a day. When you had a driver before, your lifestyle is not 200 a day. Okay, so at 70, he was asking me for money. I was like, what the? You are the general manager of my company. Right? He did not understand economics. So, technology has always disrupted our livelihood, okay, for better or for worse. Thanks to technology, we do not have typewriters so much anymore. Typewriters, you know typewriters? My career started doing presentation using the overhead projector, transparency. You guys know? There's one thing here, right here, with a lamp. For those who are too young, this one I think you're too young. It was a light shining through a piece of transparent paper with a presentation on it. And there are 4 ways to put: correct way, upside down way, the other way, and this way. So sometimes we're like struggling to see, to look at the screen. Okay, it was all black and white when I started. Then somebody invented the color deathjet printer. Wow, only rich companies can afford that, and we were presenting in color. So the light bulb shine the light onto the wall. Okay, I started with that. And when you carry a projector, the projector weighs a ton. Weighs a ton. And then when the light bulb burns in the middle of an 8-hour course, oh my God. Total breakdown, mental breakdown. Okay, for this one, so much easier. So those were the days. Now, technology has come along and replaced a lot of jobs to improve our lives. Right now, you just use your app. You can call a driver to pick you up from A to B. You don't have to look for a taxi anymore. It has replaced a lot of jobs. Okay, copywriters, for example. Now with ChatGPT. Whoa! I spent all my years studying English, doing copywriting. Suddenly, overnight, almost overnight, it has changed. It does happen. All right. Online shopping, a lot of malls, even Malaysia, are struggling because a lot of kids will go to the mall, see the size of the shoe. Oh, I like this shoe. Then they put the shoe back on the shelf and then go home to order online. Has that happened? Please support your local shops. Okay, they have rental to pay, they have salary to pay. All right, try to shop physically if you can. All right, I know it's cheaper online. Yeah, I know, I heard that. I know it's cheaper. Okay, but please do support them. A lot of malls. This is from a Malaysian mall. Okay, I also frequented a lot of them. A lot of them are empty right now. You may see it in your country because online shopping is so much cheaper. You don't have to pay rental. When it happens, e-commerce was traditional. Almost within 10 years, everything changed. All right. Now, smartphones. When do you think smartphones come into your life? 2005? 2010-ish? Okay. WhatsApp came in when? WhatsApp. WhatsApp come, SMS out, right? Was it almost overnight? Come on, some of you may remember, you want to fit as much text as possible to make sure that the cost of the SMS was worth it, right? All right, that was hell. Now with WhatsApp, okay, how many of you physically wrote a love letter before? Hello, love letter by hand. Anybody? One. Okay, good. Me too. Love letter by hand. All right. Okay, our generation. Now, WhatsApp emoji, love heart. Then you see animation. Come on. Okay. Instantly overnight, the mail business just get like that. It happens. It happens. Okay. Newspapers. The poor newspaper guy that delivers newspaper to you. What happened? Technology. Okay. Most of us will just turn on a button, see the news on our TV or on our iPad. We can get faster updated news rather than reading the newspaper. Okay, and then going through the day. Oh, my friend died. Okay, when you read to the back, all right, you can see all the faces of those people there. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. So now in WhatsApp, okay, you got so many chat groups. Oh, my friend passed away. Okay. All right, instantly you will know. So things have changed. The job market will be affected. It will also affect you in some ways. Just like the computer, they come along and wipe out a lot of typists, typewriter specialists. If you adapt, you'll be fine. The people all didn't die. They just changed. Okay. Now with the rise of gig economies in your respective countries, food delivery guys, taxi, everything through the phone. People can set up businesses just from your phone. Okay. It's enabled a lot of people to get access to services and goods as well as make money on it. Things are moving. Almost within like 10 over years, people who take care of horses, raise horses, bred horses, sold horses, almost overnight, people switch over to cars. Okay? If you can't adapt, you suffer. Think of Nokia. How many of you had a Nokia? Anyone? Nokia, raise your hand, raise your hand. Oh, look around the room. So many of us. 1.5 of us had Nokia. Then Nokia didn't anticipate that smartphones would be a good thing. No, Nokia said no, it won't be. Everyone still send SMS. After that, Nokia app. Okay? Kodak. Camera, the film. Okay? The engineer that designed the first digital camera was from Kodak. They pushed him aside. He went over to a competitor, which is what company? Sony. Okay? Their own stuff. Their own stuff. So now everyone takes picture on their phones. Okay? DSLR also got, but still digital. No more film. So Kodak had to switch. Now Kodak are in a different line. Okay? They're still around. Now, be tech savvy, be creative. They'll be trying to stick to human focused roles that people need. If you're a customer service person, you can be replaced by an AI. All right? Be adaptable, be communicative, but you must learn to adapt. Things are changing. It has always been the case. Okay, every 10, 15 years, a new technology will come that will change everything. Those who are in the wrong profession will struggle unless they get out. So this part, every time I do this, everyone all thinking about the job. Okay. Yes.
Everybody start thinking about the job. I start thinking, what should I teach my son for that future?
I'm about to get to that. Okay. Okay, can. Okay, that is a very good question. Now, read economic news, understand what they mean. Okay, understand what they mean. Oh, before we get here. Now, where is my bag? No, there it is, and my marker pens. Okay, now, so now I promised to ask you a question, okay, to answer about how to make money. Let me ask you a question about how to lose money. Okay? The first one that raise their hand and answer incorrectly will get $20. Okay. If you bought something for $100, let's say, yeah, you bought something for $100. Okay, something precious for $100, and then suddenly you accidentally hit the edge of the table and it broke. Okay, it's spoiled. Will it still be worth $100? No. Okay. Related question. You buy a stock for $10 USD, and something happens like recently, and it drops to $5 USD per share. You bought $10, Now it's worth $5. All right? Raise your hands if you know the answer. First one that answers right gets this money. Where did your $5 go to? The $5 that you lost. You bought something for 10, now it's worth 5. You lost $5. Where did the $5 go to? Market, wrong.
Early seller.
You're very close.
The one who said
Yes, give a round of applause. You came up with a check. You came up with a check to buy the stock for $10. Market has, unfortunately, the demand has dropped for the stock. Everyone's trying to sell. You sold it for 5. You lost 5 out of your 10. Where did the $5 go? To the one that sold you the share. When you buy a house, you buy from the previous owner. The house price goes up, you sell your house at a profit. Where your profit come from? From the next buyer. He signed a check for the higher price. Most people in seminars are done, can't answer that. Okay, well done. Well done. So you can see the reaction on the room. If you don't understand that, if I want to make $10, someone must buy something from me at a higher price. So as a manufacturer, in your engineering company, you have your employees, your cost, everything. You need to sell your employees services to the buyer that wants to do a project somewhere. If you are a phone manufacturer, you need to sell phones higher than your cost, then you make a profit. When you invest in yourself, you buy your properties to rent out, you need to buy from a seller. When you buy a car at 70,000 a car, and after using it for 5 years, you could only sell it for 20, you lost 50, where did it go? Not to depreciation. Depreciation didn't come and take money physically. Your 50,000 was given to the previous owner of the car. Could be the manufacturer, if you bought first hand, but it could be a second hand. You wrote a check for 70 to the previous seller. They sold the car to you. You sold it to the next one for 20. Understand? The loss is to the person that sold it to you. Now, a lot of people say, I've lost millions in the stock market. Heard that before? Yes or no? I lost millions in the stock market, meaning someone else made. No one would physically come to your wallet and then take out money, and then you lost it. Oh, I lost it. I blame the market. I blame the economy. No, you willingly sign a check to buy the stock. Nobody forced you. If you understand how to lose money, you will know the opposite way to learn how to make the money. Okay, where can I sell my services? For my next job interview, how do I get a higher salary? What sort of services must I sell? How do I present myself? How do I talk? Okay, so that someone who is willingly giving this to you for 1 month of work. So if you understand how to lose money, okay, you will know not to buy things at the high price. Try to buy at a low price, sell it high. Okay, but when you sell it high, someone buys from you. If the market drops, phew, you made the money, but the other guy loses. Money is physical. If you like it or not, it is physical. But depreciation don't take money from your pocket. Everyone go, Okay? Teach your kids this. All right. Surprisingly, the first person that answered me correctly was when I did it at primary 2 talk. So I used candy, and then when I asked kids, the sweets prices is now 10 cents. It was 20 cents. Now it's 10 cents. You lost 10 cents per sweet. Who took your money? The kid just pointed at his friend, which was the correct answer. The friend sold it at 20 cents. Today he had to sell only at 10 cents. So he lost 10 cents. So when I asked him, boy, where did your money go to? True. Every dollar that you lost to the seller. Think about it. Every share that you bought that went bad, your money is with the seller. Okay? Every dollar that you made in stocks is from the buyer that bought your share. When you call your dealer or you go online, you need to sell, somebody needs to buy. When you want to sell your house urgently, you need to find a buyer that willingly buys from you. Okay? So when you go to any place you want to buy, you're going to find a seller as well. If the whole street don't want to sell, what you going to do? You can't move in. Physically, it's impossible unless you force them out. All right? That doesn't work. Well done. Okay? So, being tech savvy. Oh yeah. What time is it now? I still got a little bit more. Now, I need to warn everyone here. There are a ton of pyramid schemes going around the whole world. Okay, there are online offers everywhere trying to sell you investments overseas, giving you very high returns, 20% a month, no problem. Okay, it is all a pyramid scheme behind it. So, in your quest, your economic quest, all right, part of my education for universities that I give talks to is to try to avoid scams. Would you like to know in the next 10 minutes how to spot scams? No response. Huh? You know too. Okay. First thing first, I gotta get everyone's cooperation. You guys gotta pretend you guys are joining a seminar for scam. Can or not? Can, huh? Okay, all right. I'm not debating. It's still about economics. Economic crime is a factor of life. There are some people that will take you for a ride, take your money. Okay, learning how to spot them. Our regulators here have engaged me to educate the public about this one. So I'm just going to talk this for 5 minutes. Okay, it's related. So let's say I promise you 10% every month returns. Sounds good or not? Okay, at a seminar like this, everyone was go do like that. Yay! Yes. 1, 2, 3. Yay! Everybody, 1, 2, 3. Yay! I want to join. I want to join. Okay. So basically, I will take your $100 this month. Let's say in January, $100. All right, January. You're recording this. I'm okay. All right. So this is you. I promise, Miss. What is it? Miss Eng, Miss Fong, Mr. Joe. Okay, just 1 month, 30 days. You come back again, I give you back 110. Now, behind the scene, now this can be discussed as anything: property investment, land in Canada, and so forth. Give you 10% a month. But in the 30 days, 2 other friends of somewhere here, or the same country, or another country, comes in with 100 each. Okay? What I, as a pyramid scheme, would do is to take $10 from this guy, $10 from this guy. Now, your 10, they'll take out, your $100, they'll take out 10 to give to the person before you, which you have no idea. What is left is 90. They take from this guy $10 and take from the next guy another $10. How much is it? 110. Congratulations. In 30 days, you have made 10%. Everyone? Yeah. Wait, come on, you made 10%. Everybody? Yeah. Yay! Right. So, as an economic, for economic scams, okay, a lot of people will go through 3 things. If you are involved in it, you might be thinking, oh, not bad. I put in $100, I get 110 in 30 days without working. It's better than my job. Now, what will happen? There are 3 things that will happen as an investor such economic scams. 1, what do you think will happen? First thing is to repeat it. This is February. This is January. Okay, so February, this victim will get back 10%. This victim will get back 10%. In March, these people will get back the 10% from the April customers, and so forth and so forth. So, first thing first, most victims will say, oh, I made 10% in 1 month, I'm going to stay on for February. Oh, another 10%, I'm going to stay on for March. So that's the first thing. Okay. Second thing is, a lot of victims will say, yeah, $100, $10 a month. That's not much. I still have to work. What do? Invest more. So that's the second thing. Right? What's the third thing that can happen? The worst thing is to recommend it to your friends. So that happens. And it gets bigger and bigger until the organizer cannot support the payout anymore, or there's not enough people coming at the bottom, the whole thing would collapse. And that's the end. A lot of your online websites, social media will promote such products that seem legitimate. Okay, check with your own country's regulatory authorities to see which one is approved. Okay? Now, on the organizer side, they have to do 3 things too. Number 1 is to make sure the first few fellas get paid. Why? Because if I do it for 1 month, I may only get 5 customers. But that 5 customers, if I keep it going, we'll get another 10. That 10 will start enjoying, okay, a better lifestyle and so forth. They will recommend more. They will quit the jobs and then put in more money. Right? They have to keep it running as long as they can. Number 2, the payout cannot be that high. If it's a 10%, it could maybe last for 4 or 5 years. If it's 20%, 2 years. But some scams do give out 2% a month for years. Because you give me $100, I give you $2, I can do it for 50 months. Yeah? At the meantime, when other customers come, I can still keep on rolling it and get bigger before I run away. All right. The third thing is they will run away. They will run away.
I was waiting for
okay?
that.
They will run away. So back to this one. When you try to improve your economic goal that you wrote down on the card, please avoid scams. Okay? You can WhatsApp me or email me at dennislong@yahoo.com. Yes, I'm that old. Dennislong at Yahoo. You can email me and ask me, hey, does this seem legit? Okay, I'll be happy to advise. All right? Whichever part of the world. If it smells like a scheme, I'll let you know. All right? Now, understanding headlines is very important because it will affect you. The next tariff rate that comes out, all right, the very next day, or if some country goes through war, it all affects us. Now, to protect your whole economic development, the money that you earn, the salary, you must have insurance. You got life insurance agents, general insurance agents in your respective countries. All insurance policies generally fall into 4 main areas. How economics affect you? This one, to protect them, you need it. So imagine a goalpost. A bad incident is a ball that might fly into the 4. Okay? What are the 4? Critical illness, life, accident, PA, and medical. Right? Get this 4. It is very important. A lot of countries have enough resources to have a large pool enough of policyholders, okay, that you can have an option to buy all this. Because if you have 100,000, then suddenly your kid gets an operation that costs 60, 70, what happens? All your other kids cannot go to university. Just because of one kid. Life saving needed. Then suddenly all your 4 kids cannot study. If you buy the right policy, is to block any of this. All right? Have enough. So I recommend 5 times. 5 times your annual income. If your income is $100,000 US, your policy coverage should be 500,000. Simple as that. All right? Now, top 5 takeaways. How the economy affects you, basic principles help, be aware, be adapt, and plan smart. We already spoke about the AI advent. All right. Please, please, please take note. If you're doing administrative jobs, that's the first one to go. If you're doing administrative job, that's the first ones to go. Now let's recap. Who controls the interest rates of the economy? Central Bank, correct. What's the rule 72? You're right. When your money will double up. Okay, save yourself from using a calculator. Very good. Right. What about insurance? Okay, we just covered it. How long does it take to save 1 million by putting to use 1 million by using up 200 a day? How many years? 13, 14 years. Correct. Okay. Will AI replace jobs? Yes. Everyone say it together? Yes. It will. It will. All right, I've given you examples. What WhatsApp did to SMSs. What cars did to horses. Okay. What smartphones did to the conventional Nokia type phones. All right. So what's the recommended allocation for your economic income? Then I give the 3 figures. 50 for what? Basic needs. 30 for wants, 20% for savings. Okay. So what determines prices? Supply and demand. All right. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all for being a very, very supportive and participative audience. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dennis. For once, after I think 5-6 hours of thought, they don't get. Usually by now, their eyes will tell me, "Can you just not like that?" Just, do you have any questions? Yeah, I know. You make it very obvious, especially yesterday. Any questions for Mr. Dennis before he has to leave, because the parking is very expensive?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
So I think I want to go back to the topic of economic goal. So I think to achieve an economic goal, I think either right now people just go work until they reach their professional level and get a high amount of salary, or establish or own a company or business to get money. But I think apart from those things, I think the main goal of economic goal is financial freedom, which is a condition where that you have enough of resources like asset, investment, and money to fulfill your daily needs, to buy or to fulfill your all things that you need in your life without worrying about certain financial constraints. Mm-hmm. So the question is, is it possible for everybody to achieve a financial freedom, or is it actually limited by like certain inequalities and like a certain socioeconomic factor?
Great question. Mostly it is, okay, to some extent it's based on the socioeconomic factors, what's available around you. Some of our countries can't even buy Google, right? As mentioned just now. But more importantly is to start early. Okay, between the 3 things, the amount of money that you have, the amount of time that you have, and the amount of returns that you have. The most important thing is this one. A person starting 10 years, just 10 years late, okay, given the same amount of returns, same market, same banks in your area, just 10 years difference, all right, 10 years difference, 10 years difference in terms of time. If your colleagues or your friends started 10 years earlier, if the return is around 8% or more, you have to put double the amount of your friend. Starting early is more important economically than putting in more money or having more access to investments. Starting early is most important among the three things when it comes to economic growth. Time, amount of money, or in returns. Time is your best friend. If you started at 20 years old, putting in, let's say something 8%, $100 every month, you'll be very well off at 60. Whereas your friend who starts late at 30 plus, he has to put 200, 300 just to catch up with you. Use an Excel table, put in these three factors, and just see every cell get populated, you'll be surprised. If you start late just by 10 years, it's more than double the amount. Okay? Starting early is more important than getting more returns. The lesser time you have, the more risk you have to take. If I want to catch up with you, who you started 10 years ago, I have to look for returns, high risk one, at maybe almost close to 20%. If you start early, you can take lower risk products that's available everywhere, even at the banks. Start early, lower risk. You don't have to say, I can't buy Google. No. If you start early, you take lower risk, more products. Start late, you got to find the riskiest products, and some of them may die. Okay, hope that answers the question. The next question.
Okay, to come back to 50, 30, and 20, right? 50 is basic, 30 is wants, and 20 is saving. So where is the investment falls to?
The 20,
Yeah.
part of 20.
Okay. Then what happens if the investment goes down? You don't have saving.
Possible. Possible. All right. Now, diversifying is one of the answer, but that's too general. My kind of seminar had to go into specifics, but I'm not sure whether I got the time for specifics. Can I take 5 minutes to be specific?
Yes.
Okay. Wait, do you want me to keep on talking or? All right, I need a really long stick, if I can. I got 2 flags here. Whoa, must respect. Okay. All right, I'm going to put down the mic. Oh, that's a very short stick. Okay, all right. Stocks, whatever investment you have, okay? Cash. You are a circus performer. Wire. All right? Wire. If you have half here, what happens? If the stock market goes up, what are you going to do? Sell some of the stocks to buy more cash, to rebalance. Diversification into 2 areas. Diversification is not diversification when you put everything into stocks. I buy 20 stocks, I'm diversified. No. Like that. Some people say having bullets. Now, the beauty about this is this. I personally have 6 figures in Aussie ringgit. Every day I wake up. Sometimes I see Aussie dollar up. To buy more ringgit. Oh no! Aussie went down. What do I do? Okay, like that. Or ringgit crashes. Every day I'm hoping for a crash. Every day I wake up hoping for a boom. When you have a balanced portfolio, oh yeah, oh wow. How did you do that? Does it glow? No. All right. Now, what if you're aggressive and then you put everything in equity, or in one piece of land, or in one currency? Let's say Hong Kong dollar. I put everything in Hong Kong dollar, and then Hong Kong dollar. I would have to wait. Okay, 3 things will happen. One, I have to wait for it to go up. Second thing, you're praying every day. Please, frustrated, please go up. Then third, should I sell? May it go lower? Now, is this troublesome? Yes. When you hold a stock that got bad, it is fine. If it's, I'm hoping Apple will go down to $100. I have Apple at 170 plus. But every day with this, I'm hoping it goes down to 100. So I can sell some cash to buy more stocks. And then after a while, when you rebalance, you get more of this side, and more of this side, and then more of this side. Hence the term, the rich. Everybody? Hence the rich. Everybody together. The rich get richer. Okay. So Singapore, right? Okay. Some of the business people, I've actually worked with them before. When I see them do this, right, it is tremendous. When you start small, it's 100,000 means 50. Your return 10% on 50,000, it's going to be 5,000. But as you climb, after 20 years, this could be 10 million, 10 million, 10 million cash, 10 million assets, and the thing tanks. By half, your 10 million become 5 million. The stock's only $5. You take some cash, buy that. $5 go to $8, you make 60%. You lost 50. When you make 50, when it goes back up to 8, it doesn't have to go back to 10. You already start making. When you have a balanced portfolio, they call it a balanced portfolio, not diversification, you will get richer and richer as you get assets more and more. I hope I'm answering this really specifically. All right. I can't go into the details as in where to reallocate, but generally, if the shift is more than 20% on one end, I look very silly wearing a coat holding straws. Go and take a picture. I want to show this to my wife. Okay, they're paying me to play with this. With the audience, no, with the audience. That people actually pay money to see me hold straws. Yeah. Can I imagine today I'll be holding straw like this? Okay, so wherever you are in your profession, always have a balanced portfolio. Never everything into 5 houses. Okay, shit can happen. Right, shit can happen. It will happen. You must have bullets on one side to buy more. The prices, the beauty of it is the price doesn't have to go back to what you bought. $10 to 5 is 50% loss. 5 to 8 is 60% gain. At $8 you recover it. Understand? So, my rich friends, every day wake up hoping shit happens. You understand? Huh? I hope Aussie dollar crashes. That kind of talk we have. I hope Aussie dollar crashes, not praying every day. Then should I sell my Aussie dollar? Now, those are my friends that have everything in one currency. Very dangerous. And then they will blame me. Now you understand, huh? I hope this addresses your concern for the Nepal one, right? Okay? When you have this, don't worry. Okay? Any questions? Yes. Oh my God! She asked how to get over the inheritance tax. Okay, that one, not today. Not today. Not today. Not today. Anything economic related? No. Okay, with that, I'd like to take back this straw. Can I keep that Sonia? All right, so what do I do now?
Any more questions?
If not, thank you so much. So do you need another break
before the next two presentation, or do you want to just straight away go to the end and then you can? Oh, okay, see, they are really awake. They don't want any break now.
I need to request one selfie with you guys. So remember this. I really want to
I
remember
can
this.
take photos.
Okay. Right. I'll send a middle. Thanks, guys. This means a lot.
One, two, three, cheese. One more.
Thanks, everybody.
So the next wait, let me. Wait, let me. Concept is like. We didn't expect that you guys are linked now, so we haven't.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. So the next person will be Si Young. Are you here? Okay, are you ready?
And driving?
Me.
有没有两个的起来？最好吧。哦，它是一个 PowerPoint 的。